Hello and welcome. You're tuned into Buy Now, Sell Now on ET Now. I'm Shrishti Sharma and with me as always is Cheryl D'Souza. And viewers, this is the show where you get answers for all your stock-related queries. In a short while from now, we will connect with our experts. But before that, let's have a quick look what the markets are up to. So Cheryl, quite a volatile day coming in for the benchmark indices. But the good part is that the broader markets are quite supportive, as well as the Nifty 50, as well as Bank Nifty is trying to find some ground. Nevertheless, they are trading in the green right now.
Absolutely. A very good morning to you, Shrishti. And like you said, yes, volatile trading sessions. We had a weak handover coming in from the US markets, and you saw that trickle down to the Asian markets. Right now, we are trying to actually crawl back from the day's lowest point into the positive territory. That is the Nifty for you. So has Nifty Bank actually turned positive over the last few minutes or so. If you look at the advanced decline ratio, still tilted in the favor of the gainer. So that's a good sign. L&T, Maruti Suzuki, Bajaj Auto, Cipla, as well as Infosys are the set of gainers in trade today. While on the flip side, in the losing end of the market, you have BPCL, JSW Steel, Grasim, Bajaj Finserv, as well as Titan that are actually seeing some sort of decline as of now. But talking about the sectoral print, if you look at the sectoral indices, it's the FMCG sector that's taking a bit easy today in trade. It is down about 0.6%. You have metal also that is seeing a weak move, while on the flip side is the realty index that's back to winning ways. You have the pharma index also that has been seeing very good run over the past few months or so, and now also today, if you see, it's among the top sectoral gainer in trade today. And like Shrishti, you mentioned, you have broader markets that are holding on to positive territory. So that's the way how the markets are looking like, pretty subdued on a Tuesday morning.
All right, that's a quick check on the markets then. But indeed, taking a detour from the secondary market, let's shift focus to the primary world, because the IPO activity on the D Street is surging again. And August has been the busiest month this year so far, with companies raising more than 16,000 crore rupees, thanks to the likes of Ola Electric as well as Brainbees Solution. But what have the trends been like over the years? Soumya takes us through all of those details. Soumya, take it away.
Well, primary market in the month of August has been very busy. Nearly 9 companies have raised money so far in the month of August, which is the most that we have seen since February 2024. In Feb, there were around 11 companies that had raised close to 7,500 crore rupees. However, the fund raised so far in the month of August is still higher at close to 16,275 crore rupees. Now, this fundraise amount of 16,275 crore is the highest that we have seen since May 2022. And in May, there was around 29,500 crore rupees of fundraise done, but most of this had come in from only one IPO, that was LIC, which managed to raise close to 21,000 crore rupees from the primary market. As you can see in this chart, around 9 companies have raised close to 16,275 crore rupees, and back in May 2022 there were around 8 companies which had raised close to 29,511, of which 21,000 crore rupees was raised by only one company, that was LIC. Moving on, if you look at the biggest IPO so far in the month of August was Ola Electric, which managed to raise close to 6,100 crore rupees, followed by Brainbees Solution, which is First Cry, which managed to raise close to 4,200 crore rupees. Now, another interesting fact about the IPOs that have come so far in this calendar year, that is 2024, nearly 49 companies have managed to raise close to 52,600 crore rupees. But on the positive side, nearly 50% of this fundraise that has been done is via fresh issue. Now, this fresh issue has been used by the companies for debt repayment and the capital expenditure purpose. Now, this fresh issue amount that we are seeing, nearly 50%, is the highest that we have seen since 2012. In 2012, nearly 65% of the funds raised was used for fresh issue, was via fresh issue, while the remaining 35% was offer for sale, where the promoter or the existing investors were offloading their stake. And in this time, around 50% of the fundraise is via OFS, where the promoters and existing investors have sold their stake. Now, which are the best IPOs so far in 2024 that we have seen? And we are comparing the issue price compared to the current market price. Now, if you look at office space, now that has seen a gain of nearly 135% compared to its issue price. Unicommerce followed by a gain of nearly 109%. Then there is Bharti Hexacom, TBO Tech and J&K India, which have gained anywhere between 83 to 101%. Now, this does not stop here. There are nearly 22 companies which have received SEBI approval for IPO as per the data that we have seen in Prime database. And some of the interesting names here are Bajaj Housing, Asirvad Microfinance, which is the NBFC arm of Manappuram Finance. And then there is Bazaar style IPO also, which could come in going forward in the rest of the calendar year, that is 2024.
All right, thank you so much for that, Thomas, for getting us an outlook on how the IPO frenzy has gripped the entire Dalal Street, at least this year, when you compare it to the previous years. But let's bring on board our guest for today. Remember, viewers, this is Buy Now, Sell Now show where we get your answers for all of your stock-related queries. Today we have Ruchit Jain, who's joining us on the fundamentals, while on the Ruchit Jain is joining us on the technicals, while on the fundamentals we have Rajesh Agarwal on the show. A very good morning to you, Rajesh, as well as Ruchit. Thank you so much for joining us on ET Now. And let me start taking all the stock-related queries which are already pouring in. The first one is coming in from Renuka. She's writing to us from Trivandrum. Rajesh, this one is for you. She wants to know about two long-term stocks, and she's given actually an idea of three. She wants to know out of these three, which one are good bets, two of them which are good bets for the long term. One is Geo Financial, Bajaj Finserv, and Dr. Reddy's.
It's a difficult question, I would say. First of all, good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, Ruchit. It's a difficult question, I would say, because all three of them are my favorites from a very long period of time. But still, if somebody has to choose any two out of these three, I would say since Geo and Bajaj Finserv are belonging to the same sector, so go for Geo Financial Services, and the other one would obviously be Dr. Reddy. These two can be bought for a long term, but I would reiterate that Bajaj Finserv is also a good stock for a long term horizon. But when you have to choose only two, so go for Geo and Dr. Reddy.
So that's the pick coming in from Rajesh. But Ruchit, coming to you for the next query. This one is coming in from a viewer. He didn't. Okay, this one is coming from Smita Vikram from Bangalore, and she wants a view on NTPC. Her buy price is 370 rupees. Any targets to look out for in this one, Ruchit?
Yeah, hi, very good morning to all of you. But the overall trend for NTPC still looks quite positive. We have seen some correction in last few trading sessions, but these are just corrective moves within an uptrend because the moving average supports are still intact. And if you look at price volume action, then the kind of volumes that the stock is seeing when the stock is going up, comparatively the volumes are much lower during corrections. So I think this is a good sign. 380 is a very strong support base if I look at short to medium term charts, and on the higher side, the stock has potential to rally towards 440 to 450 range. So hold on with stop loss below 380 for potential targets around 450, where I would advise to take a review again on this.
All right, this one is coming in from Satya, writing to us from Trichur, and he wants to know about the IT sector. He's saying his current exposure to the IT space is pretty low, Rajesh, because he's booked profits from all of it. So now he wants to re-enter the space, but he wants to know which stock should he look to buy right now from the large cap, mid cap, and the small cap IT space. He wants a combo view for. So let me first come to you, Rajesh, for that view. Now, do you think is the right time to enter the IT pack fundamentally, and which one are the stocks that you think would shine in the future?
See, as far as the right time is concerned, there is no such thing as a right time or a wrong time if you are a long-term investor. For a trader, of course, timing matters, but they have run up quite a lot in the recent past, all of them, if I would have to say. But still, I think Infosys is on a better footing because of valuation, while other companies are trading at, large cap companies are trading at a PE of around 30, 33. Infosys is still below there. And with a strong balance sheet, good order flow, and on the weekend, the management has categorically said that Gen AI is seeing good demand. So I think Infosys would be a good buy from the large cap space. The other one would be Tata Technologies, which has been very lackluster since its listing. If I am not wrong, it was listed in around November, and at that time the price was around 1400 odd plus, and now it's languishing around 1050. The valuations are good, product profile is good. Previously, they were more dependent on Tata Motors for their products. Now they have diversified that customer profile. So I think Tata Technologies and Infosys in the large cap space. Mid cap, I would go with Intellect Design. Small cap, avoid at this point of time.
All right, so that's the take coming in from Rajesh. What's your take, Ruchit? Do you concur with the view when the stock picks that Rajesh is given? No doubt he's given it based on fundamentals, but on the technicals, are you seeing similar sort of picture?
Yes, in fact, one common pick that I would have with Rajesh is Infosys, because within the large cap stakes, we have seen that since last couple of quarters, what has changed that the stock price reaction post the results announcement have been quite bullish, which was missing since last before that. And this clearly indicates a resumption of the uptrend and a lot of buying interest has been seen in this last candle. So if the index moves higher, then I think this would be one of the stock which would continue its leadership. So technically also the long-term structures are quite positive, mid to long-term structures. So Infosys would be one stock where even at current levels I would advise going long. And within the mid-cap IT space, emphasis is also looking quite bullish. Recent price volume action from the low of 2200 to 3000 now is quite positive because the price moves have been supported by good volumes. Any corrections have been witnessing good buying interest at lower levels. So here also we think that technically the stock has potential to rally towards 3500, 3600 kind of range, which would be about 20%, maybe next 3 to 4 months time frame. So at current levels, no, apart from Infosys, Emphasis is another name which looks positive to add on.
Then moving on, and Rajesh, coming to you for this query. This one is from Nalini from Mumbai, and she wants to know any stock that you like at this point in time for a fresh investment amongst Sterling Tools as well as Sumitomo Chemicals. Any one would you like to pick, Rajesh, for a fresh investment right now and like stay invested for the next 1 year?
Good morning, Srishti. Out of these two, I think Sumitomo Chemicals is a better bet because chemical sector as a whole is bottoming out, and we feel that now after the languishing from last 2 years or so, the sector is going to give good upside from these levels. And as far as Sumitomo is concerned, the numbers have been almost, if not very good, but not that bad because the entire sector was underperforming the chemical. Their product profile is good. They have business across the world. I think Sumitomo is a good company to hold for a medium to long term, maybe 12 to 18 months. You can get a return of 20% from the current market price.
All right, on that note, we'll actually slip into a quick break on this edition of Buy Now, Sell Now. When we come back, we'll continue taking all of the stock related query. Viewers, don't go anywhere. Welcome back. You're watching Buy Now, Sell Now on ET Now. Let's continue taking all of the stock-related queries then. This next one is coming from Sumitra Patel, who is a senior citizen writing to us from Mumbai. And she wants to know about HCC. She's holding about 1,000 shares at a price of around 50 rupees per share. She wants a view for the duration of about 15 to 18 months. Wants a fundamental view on the stock and probable target. I'm not sure if you can give a target for this one by any chance, Rajesh, but fundamentally, does it even make sense to hold on to HCC right now?
What I would suggest, rather holding HCC, I would suggest if you are sitting on good profit, at least good partial profit at this point of time, maybe a correction of another 10-15% from the current market price, one can consider entering. But at this point of time, it's a book profit from our side.
The advice coming in to book profits in HCC. But the next query is from Jay from Mumbai, and Ruchit, if we can help him with your take on BASF India, because he's holding 200 shares, his buy price is 7,500 rupees. Is that a hold or sell?
I would recommend to continue to hold to the stock. It has been making a high top, high bottom structure. The volumes are good along with the price of move. So I think the stock has potential to rally towards 8,000, 8,200 again in the short term itself. So the risk reward ratio is still favorable, and whatever corrections that we have seen in the intermediate, the stock is not broken its 40-day exponential moving average. So which should be now used as a stop loss, and that average is now placed around 6,100, between 6,100 to 6,200. So keeping a stop loss below 6,100, I think it's better to hold on for at current levels. And if the stock reaches the levels around 8,000, 8,200, then one can raise the stop loss higher. As that the stock gets higher.
Right, this next one is coming from Subramanian, who's writing to us from Chennai and wants to know about Inox Wind. The stock was purchased 3 months ago at a price of around 150 rupees per share. About 20 shares of Inox Wind is our viewer has purchased actually, Ruchit. Does it make sense to now look to exit for short-term gains?
Stop loss and holding on the stock, and because 208, 210 is a good support for the stock. The stock has seen a decent up move with good volumes in at the start of this month itself. So I think we could see a continuation of the move towards 250 to 55 range in the near term. So the risk reward ratio indicates that one should continue with the positions, maybe around 250 to 255 would be the good range where some partial profit booking should be done there.
All right, that's the take on Inox Wind. But Ruchit, once again coming to you because Srinath wants a short-term view and suggestions for a good entry level in two of the counters. Firstly is BEL and the other one is Suzlon. Would you suggest a fresh buy in any of these in any levels that that maybe he can look to enter?
PEL, I think no one can keep some strategy to buy some quantity at current levels, not in 100% what he wants to buy, and keep some room that in case if they see any kind of dip towards that 285 to 90 range, then it could average out those levels. Because the stock has gone through some time-based correction in last 1.5 months, and but the strong support base is there around 285. So overall structure looks bullish, but it's just that if in case if we see one more dip before the resumption of the uptrend, then that could be a good opportunity if the stock comes around 290. So keep some strategy to buy some quantity, maybe 40% of whatever he wants to buy at current levels, and keep room to add if he get any kind of dip towards 290. Stop loss on the entire long position should be placed below 280, and whenever the stock resumes its uptrend, you can expect the previous all-time highs, which were around 340, 345. That levels could be seen. Suzlon, I think the stock, no doubt, the overall trend remains quite bullish because the stock has seen a good trended up move in last few months. But the momentum readings are now quite overbought for fresh buying. So I would recommend fresh buying over here. But yes, buy strategy can be kept. Any kind of dips, if we see towards 70, 68 kind of range, then I think the risk reward ratio would become favorable. At current levels, the trend is not negative, but the stop losses are too far for fresh entry.
Moving on to the next query then, and Rajesh, this one is coming in from Suresh from Ludhiana, long-term investor, wants an advice with IOC, already holding 400 shares at a price of 127 rupees, sitting at good profits, but he wants to buy more. So Rajesh, do you like IOC at this price point for a fresh entry even at these levels, and what will be your advice?
See, at these levels, I would say wait for some correction to enter. Although the entire oil marketing space is still trading at discount to its what intrinsic value is, but still after the kind of run up these stocks have seen in the recent past, a consolidation or some amount of correction is overdue. Fundamentally, all these three companies are very strong, doing good margins on the refining margin side, I would say. And they dole out good dividends also. IOC is a good dividend payer. So continue to hold. For new entry, wait for some correction around 150 odd levels.
Right, Ruchit, the next query that I have is coming in on L&T, where Nikhil Sharma, who is an intraday trader, has bought these shares at a price of 3,810 rupees. Now he is at a loss in this one. What's your view on this one, Ruchit, since the stock is holding on to some gains, but Nikhil is facing some loss out here? What to do in this particular counter?
Now recommend to hold on and keep some patience because the stock has seen some correction over last few months, but the overall trend is not negative. I think once this time-based corrective phase gets over, then we could see the stock heading towards new all-time highs again. So the positional chart structures are not negative at all. So it's just he needs to have some patience. If we keep some patience, then expect some first initial resistance could come around 3,840, which is still quite far from current levels, even if you're looking from a short-term trading perspective. So hold for moves towards for targets of 3,840, where he can take a decision whether he wants to exit over there or not, or take a review over there. But at current levels, these are not prices where he should think to book loss and exit from LN.
All right, this one is coming in from Abhinandan. He's writing to us from Bangalore. He's planning to buy about 300 shares of CESC at this stage. Would it be an advisable move for him to do that? What's your take, Rajesh? Do you think it's advisable to go ahead and buy CESC at this point in time? Do you think in the space that it is, it's a remarkable company?
Of course it is. It's a very good company after the kind of run-up it has seen in the recent past, almost 70-80% from the recent prices. I think still it's trading at a discount to its peers. It supplies power to the entire Calcutta city and Bharatpur in Rajasthan. Doing very well. The capacity has been expanded. I think it's a good buy at these levels. Maybe a target of 225, 230 in the near future is quite possible, but to hold for a longer term, maybe higher targets are there. So it's a buy from our side.
The next query is coming in from Raman from Chennai, and he has stocks like PNC Infra, Oberoi Realty, as well as Parag Milk in mind for fresh investments. So amongst these three, Any stock you like for a fresh investment, Rajesh?
Out of these three, only Oberoi Realty fits the investment grade, I would say, because of this the projects it has. The two is just avoid from aside.
This next query is coming in from Munmun, writing to us from Lucknow. She has 30,000 invested in Mazgaon, 25,000 in Global Health. I believe that that's the amount that she's invested in both of these companies. I don't have the buy price for both of them, but Ruchit, she's facing losses in both of these. So is it worth holding on to these? And do you think that defense space right now looks good? Any suggestions that you have in defense space for her?
I think overall there has been some stock specific correction of late within the defense sector, but it doesn't seem that there would be a downtrend in the stocks. I think the stocks, because of the overbought setups on the monthly chart after this run up in last few months, I think this is just a cool off period where some consolidation could be expected. Mazgaon dog for now, I think it should continue to hold on. 4,000 and 4,100 is a good support range. So prices have already corrected and we're quite close to that support. So I think the price based downside should be limited. But yes, if anyone is looking for fresh entry within the defense space, then HL or BL looks better than this stock, because I think their relative outperformance has been seen during corrective phase. So for Mazgaon, for existing portions, I would recommend to hold. But in case if fresh money has to put, then I would prefer HL or BL in this sector.
Right, so those are the top bets from the defense counters. But with this, it's time to slip into a very short break. Viewers, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to take more of your stock-related queries. Welcome back to Buy Now Sell Now, and viewers, just take a detour from the markets and let's take a minute and please join me to wish Cheryl a very happy birthday. You can definitely send your wishes online. The WhatsApp number is right there. But Cheryl, a very happy birthday to you, and we wish you a very great next year ahead. And we are seeing your journey all throughout day by day. But indeed, a very happy birthday.
Thank you so much, Srishti. And I have to take a moment to thank my entire team at the back end who's actually been wishing me over the last 5 minutes. So thank you so much, Sri, Santosh, Vinod, Hari, as well as you have Ravindra also, who's not there today, but I'm sure he's going to wish me in a short while from now. So, and also my camera team who's wished me. So thank you so much, Kalandi sir, and everyone who's wishing me a very happy birthday. Thank you, viewers, as well. I know you will send messages. So before that, in advance, thank you so much for the birthday wishes. But let's bring on board Foram M.Chheda then, who's joining us now on the technicals on the show, along with Rajesh Agarwal. Rajesh, let me take this next query to you, and this one is coming in from Venkatesh. He's writing to us from Chennai. He wants to know about Capital Point. He has 100 shares. He purchased it 8 years ago. What should he do now with this stock? I don't know the exact purchase price he's given, but he's holding on for the last 8 years.
Before I come to the question, let me wish you, Cheryl, a very happy birthday.
Thank you so much, Rajesh.
May all your wishes come true, and happy birthday, a very bright year ahead.
Thank you so much.
Capital Point, yes, one can continue to hold. The company has been doing very well. It didn't do well in the past, but from the last 2-3 years, the numbers have been improving. I think one can continue to hold.
All right, that's the take on Capital Point. We're moving on. Forum, the first query that I have for you, firstly, a very good morning and thank you so much for your time. This query that we have is coming from Kamal, and he wants a take on Tata Technologies, holding 250 shares. His buy price is 1,000 rupees. Wants a view for the next 6 months to 1 year.
Oh, well, hi. Firstly, good morning, and Cheryl, wishing you a very happy birthday. Have a wonderful and a fabulous year ahead. Well, coming back to the queries and the market. So Tata Technologies overall from the past couple of days has seen a good increase in volume, which means that there is good accumulation happening. And we've seen a good move also from 980 to nearly now 1,055 levels. So according to me, technically speaking, once the stock price gives a good closing above the weekly levels of 1,060, we can see a good upside momentum, continuation of the momentum that is towards 1,100 to around 1,150. So according to me, it's a clear hold, and one can look for even a higher target from a longer term perspective. But 1,150 is likely to see in this momentum itself.
All right, let me take this next query. Thank you so much, Forum, for the birthday wishes. Also, thank you to all of our viewers who are writing to us. We have who's a VG, and K. Parthasarthi, who's wished me happy birthday. Dinesh has wished me happy birthday. You have Vidya, who's wished me happy birthday. Thank you so much, everyone, for the birthday wishes. And I would not say don't stop it or keep them coming in, but just like the way how your queries keep pouring in. So let me take this one coming in from Rajan, who's writing to us from Bangalore. He has 2,000 shares of IDFC. He wants to know whether he should hold on to this one for the medium to long term. His buy price about 123 rupees per share. What's your take on this one, Rajesh? Do you think it makes sense to stay put with IDFC for the medium to long term?
See, for a long term, that means very long term. I would say 2-3 years down the line, it may be a good bet. But that again, that is there is a time value of money. It's no point continuing with the stock. It's not going to perform in the near future or 1 year, 2 year down the line. So it's better to switch from this to some other banks. The bank IDFC has been doing very well in the recent past, last 2-3 quarters. The numbers have been improving. Management has given a good guidance, but still, I think at these prices, the valuations are at the optimum level. So it's better to switch from IDFC to be a better bank like a HDFC Bank or a Kotak Bank, which where the valuations are very attractive.
Moving on to the next query, and Rajesh, the next query that I have is from Chandrasekhar, and he wants a combo view on Hindustan Zinc as well as Vedanta. Any of these stock that you like for a fresh investment right now? Are these buys or avoid at this price point?
See, Hindustan Zinc, it's a good company. Wait for some amount of correction to enter. The numbers have been good. The kind of reserves this company has is fabulous. It has run up quite a lot in the recent past because of all those dividend news and these things, but some amount of correction is warranted. After that, one can enter into Hindustan Zinc. Vedanta, on the other hand, is also a good company with the entire gamut of minerals and crude oil and rates, where the valuations are attractive. So one can buy both, but I would say wait for some amount of correction before entering into these two stocks.
Like we are tracking the markets very closely and taking all of the stock related queries. As you can see bottom of the screen, you have the markets that are just 20 points away from the all-time high levels. We went as close to about 15 points away from the record high levels. Any moment now we may hit that fresh record high levels, conquer that 25,078.3 mark that we did recently. But let me take this query then till we actually address the market hitting the record high. This one's coming from Mayank Saraf. He wants to know about Maharashtra scooters. He has about 1,000 shares at 8,000 rupees per share. He wants to know whether he should add some more in his portfolio for a period of 2 years. Do you think it makes sense to add at these levels right now, Foram, in the portfolio?
Well, no, I wouldn't suggest to add, but can continue to hold on to it. Overall, the trend is also good if you look into it from a longer term perspective. Technically, the stock is very close to the resistance, or I would say more like a breakout. However, I'm just concerned that there requires to be some more volume required for the breakout to take place. So because it's at a very crucial level, I wouldn't suggest to add in more, but can continue to hold on to it, because overall we are looking at a very good strength because it's moving above the multiple important moving averages. And even if you look at some indicators like RSI as the relative strength, or even like a parabolic SCR, they all are in sync with the price. So there is no negative divergence. So I would suggest it's a clear hold and can look for a higher targets of closer to around even 9,750 to around 9,800. But yes, definitely a hold, not to add in.
Moving on, and Rajesh, the next query is coming in from Hari Krishnan, and he's been holding Adani Wilmar for the past 8 months and still at a 4% loss in this one. His buy price is close to 390 rupees. What's your view on this, Rajesh? Good to hold on, or maybe look out for some better opportunities, since the stock is just consolidating for a while now?
Despite having a good product portfolio, this stock has been languishing and is the only stock that has underperformed the entire Adani pack. There has been news in the market that Adanis are going to come out of that, which there were denials. But one thing is for sure, the product profile is very good. They are venturing into new products too. I think at this point of time, one can continue to hold for a target of 420 odd rupees.
All right, this next query that I have is coming in from Okay, this one is a birthday wish coming in from our viewer. Thank you so much, Mr. Rakesh, for the wishes. This one is coming from Sarat, who has Nykaa, 1,000 shares at a price of 219 rupees per share. Stay put with this for the long term. What's your take coming in on this? Rajesh, given the fact that Nykaa has been become a go-to place for a lot of them, not only just for beauty products, but also the fact that they have also expanded into fashion.
From our side, and if it corrects to around 200 odd levels, it can be bought. The numbers have been improving this quarter. The bottom line saw a good jump. They have recently increased their stake in Dot and Key, the cosmetic brand, to around 90 odd percent. They are moving into offline stores also. Although the valuation seems to be quite stretched at this point of time, if you look at P's and all, but still, I think it's one of the better play in the e-com space. One can continue to hold.
Rajesh, once again coming to you, Sandeep from Mumbai wants to know any of the stock that you like within the electronics as well as semiconductor manufacturing sector. He has stocks like Dixon, Moschip, CG Consumer, Merck, Sirma in mind, but wants to know that for the long term, any stock that you like at this price point?
See, at this point of time, I would say one should try to book profit in Dixon. The company is very good, no doubt. They have good order book, the kind of PLI schemes and other things being announced by the government, moving into laptop and all. This company is very good, no doubt on that. But when I look at valuations, three-digit PE ratios give some jitters. So it's better to book profit at this point of time. If it falls to around maybe 15-20% correction for any reason, that would be a good entry point. Sirma SGS is another stock which is a good buy, which is a good stock and can be bought at these levels too.
Right, moving on to the next query. This one is from Mahalakshmi and Foram. If you can advise Mahalakshmi on Hutco. She's been holding 1100 shares. Buy price is 314 rupees. Is that a hold or average at this price point? She can continue holding it though for the next 3 months.
Well, I would suggest that she can consider averaging it at this level, and however, she can wait for even a lower level closer to around 265. Now, if she may have to kind of increase her holding period or the time horizon, instead of 3 months, she can keep it for at least 6 to 9 months, which can give her some decent returns. So averaging would be a good idea even at this level, or even she can look for a lower level. She can wait patiently. Technically speaking, it's into an intermediate consolidation. That is the reason why I'm suggesting that she needs to increase her time horizon. And on the upside, she can look for a potential target of closer to around 340 to 350. And after that, even if she looks, if she would like to, I would suggest it is yet a hold from a longer term perspective also, because it's like a slow mover, not more into momentum, but gradually it can give a good, decent returns.
The next query that I have for him is coming in from Ravi Prasad and he wants a short-term view on Irida. Already holding 500 shares, buy price is 262 rupees. I understand that there will not be much of the data points to look into, but just on the short-term period, if you can advise him, any levels to look out for?
Well, I would suggest that the stock is from a short-term perspective into a consolidation, and in fact, it has good support level at closer to 240 to 43 levels. I am just waiting for the stock price to take above this 265 levels, which is a short-term resistance. Once it's taken off, you can expect some good upside momentum in a shorter time frame, closer to around 289 to 290 levels. So I would suggest let's hold on. Maybe it would be a matter of 2 to 3 weeks where we can expect some momentum. But definitely an important closing above 265 can create some momentum. Till then, it can remain into consolidation.
Right. The next query, Rajesh, is coming in on LK Equipments. Krishna from Bangalore is already holding 50 shares. Buy price is 720 rupees. Can stay invested for the next 1 year. Any view here, Rajesh?
See, one can continue to hold. The kind of infrastructure growth and other things we are witnessing in our country, I think this company is going to be benefited by all those things. Continue to hold.
All right, continue to stay invested in LG Equipments. That's the advice coming in from Rajesh. But the next query that I have is coming in on Adani Enterprise and Foram. If you can help Rushali Thakur from Mumbai, who is holding 45 shares of this counter, buy price is 3,360 rupees, quite above the current market price. What's your view in this one, and what should she do?
Well, I guess she's losing almost like more than nearly 10%, I would say. According to me, she requires to hold on. Now, Adani Enterprise is not something we can look from a shorter time frame. She needs to hold on now. In fact, technically speaking, 3,300 is a resistance on the chart on an intermediate basis as well. So until unless we do not see a weekly closing above 3,300, the stock continues to remain in a consolidation. So I would suggest that even if it moves back to around 3,200 levels or so, she should look at switching, because the stock is very volatile, and maybe she can shift to something which is more consistent and gradual. But however, if she wants to stick to the stock, she may have to look from a longer term holding period, that only once 3,300 are taken off, then she can look for a higher target of close to 3,500. Till then, it's into consolidation.
Right, that's Adani Enterprise seem to be consolidating right now, and the advice coming in from Foram. But with this, viewers, it's time to slip into a very short break. 26 queries done, but many more to go, so stay tuned for that. Welcome back to Buy Now Sell Now. Let's keep it going with all your stock related queries. Then a lot of queries in pending, but the next query that I have is coming in from RK Arora. And Rajesh, let me take it from you, because Mr. Arora wants an advice on Idea Forge. He's already holding 300 shares. Buy price is 878 rupees. How the future prospects looking like for this one? And is that a hold or sell at this point?
It's a hold from our side. A strong company, doing very well. Although it has run up quite a lot in the last few months, but still I think there is a lot of scope left from this company. And the numbers have been pretty good. The order book has got continue to hold.
That's a hold on Idea Forge. But Foram, what's your take on Carborundum Universal? Krishna is holding 20 shares. Buy price is 1640 rupees. Is that a hold or sell and move out at loss at this price point?
I would suggest that continue to hold on to it. Just maintain a very strict stop loss below the levels of 1,500, and you can look for some kind of a rebound closer to a level of around 1,660. So at that point of time is where I would say it requires to be reviewed, because it is into consolidation. But at this point of time, just maintaining a strict stop loss is advisable.
All right, do keep Carborundum Universal with a strict stop loss. But Rajesh, any view on South Indian Bank, where Megan is already holding the shares at an average price of 32 rupees, though she is a long-term investor, but sitting at a loss right now. So is that a hold or sell?
At this point of time, it's a hold. The numbers in the last two quarters have improved. Asset quality has improved. They gave out good dividends. The dividend yield is also good. I think one can continue to hold it. It's one of the better banks in the small cap space.
All right. The next query that I have is coming in from Neena Gupta, and Rajesh, she wants to know: do you like Rani Engine at this price point, and can she enter afresh with a 1-year investment horizon?
This is a low volume stock, I would say. The company is pretty good. Balance sheet is very strong. There is cash in the balance sheet, but still, I think it's a very low volume. The entry exit point would be a real difficult. But one thing is there, since you're planning for a long term, I would say not to buy in a single lot, but buy in small tranches.
These Rani group of shares have done pretty well in the last week itself. But moving on to the next query, and Foram, your view on BSC, because Sri Kishore Sharma is already holding 200 shares. Buy price is 2,572 rupees, and it's been more than 3 years that he is holding to this counter. What's your long-term view in this one, Foram?
Well, I think he requires to hold on to it patiently. Actually, the stock price was into consolidation for nearly 2 months or so, and now it's broken off from those levels of around 2,500. And it's a very slow and a gradual mover. So if I look at the characteristics of a price momentum basis, so I would suggest from a long-term perspective, continue to hold on to it. It is likely to even move back to the levels of 2,900. And if if the person is likely to hold from a longer term time frame, then even 3,200 are on the cards. So it's a clear hold from my end.
Heartening to see that a lot of viewers are still wishing Cheryl a very happy birthday. Cheryl has just gone for an important meetup. So, but a lot of viewers are not asking the queries, but just wishing Cheryl a very happy birthday. So, thank you so much for showing all the love to us. But moving on to the next query. This query is coming in, Rajesh, from Vishwanathan Nair. He's holding Wokat Pharma and his buy price is just 385 rupees. Your take on this, Rajesh? What to do in this one in dips? Should he look to add more of this and continue to hold on, or maybe a good time to book out some partial profits?
After almost 4-5 years or maybe more, the stock has started performing because of the fact that the new drug of pneumonia has been approved and they are going big on that. Although the numbers are still in the negative, but still going forward with the kind of new approvals, I think this stock can do very well. Hold for a target of $1,200.
The next query that I have is coming in from Deepak Dave. He's a long-term investor and wants a fresh view on Birla Corp. Rajesh, if you can help Deepak, that is this a good time to enter Birla Corporation at this price point?
Of course, it's a good buy. The cement capacity is very good. They have a small division of Juke too. Both of them are doing very well. The last 2-3 quarters has been under pressure because of various reasons, but going forward with the kind of cement demand and infrastructure growth, I think it's one of the best companies in the mid-cap space.
Foram, the next query is from RS Mundada and he wants a view on Zeal as well as Sterlite Tech. Any of the stock that you like for a fresh investment but a short-term investment at this price point?
Well, then I would suggest Sterlite Technologies is more better from a risk-reward perspective as well. So I would suggest Sterlite Tech can be even considered to be bought at these levels, but a very, very strict stop loss is required to be placed below 136 levels and can look for a higher target of closer to 144 to 145. But yes, a stop loss is required.
Rajesh, the next query is from Vignesh from Vellore and his query is, do you like PTC India for a long-term investment and can he enter at current market price?
PTC India, yes, it's a good company, doing very well. But at this point of time, I think a new entry would not be recommended. A correction of around 10-15% is there. So after that, you can enter maybe a levels of 180, 185 or levels.
Forum, the next query is from Patrick from Mumbai and he wants a short-term view on two counters and he is holding 1,000 shares in NMDC as well as RBL. For NMDC, his buy price is 254 rupees and for RBL, his buy price is 204 rupees. What's your view in both of these, Forum, in the short-term time horizon?
As far as NMDC is concerned, I would say that continue to hold on for now and a strict stop loss is required to be placed only below 219. The stock price actually has slipped below the 200-day moving average, indicating the trend is turning weak. However, now it's around those levels. So only a stop loss below 219 can be an exit. Till then, it's a hold. And on the upside also, he can look for an upside target of closer to around 240 to around 241 from a short-term perspective. And the next one is on RBL Bank.
RBL buy price was 204 rupees.
Okay, so can continue to hold on and look for a higher target of 235 and can look for a trailing stop loss below the levels of 222.
And 36 queries done and this is going to be the last query for the show. And Rajesh, this query I'm putting up to you. Nalini Jindal wants to know, can she buy Biocon with a 3-year investment horizon?
Of course, one can buy the biological divisions doing well. There have been news that in the near future, they might come out with an IPO of that. Still, that may happen, that may not happen, but still the numbers have been improving. The product profile is good. One can continue to hold and even one can buy at these levels.
That's the take coming in on Biocon. But with this, it's time's up in this edition of Buy Now, Sell Now. Thank you so much, Rajesh, Forum and Ruchit earlier for joining us today and helping all our viewers and resolving their stock-related queries. But with this, it's a goodbye from the entire team who put the show together. Thanks so much for watching.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.